Really excited to see everyone this morning on a great July morning. Nothing better than to talk about transportation on a good Sunday afternoon. Thank you for being here. I have a lot of thanks to say, and we're going to hear from a few friends to talk about some what we think is just good policy. And I want to thank everyone in this room for being a part of it. I want to give a special shout out to Angie Brady and Sarah McSana and really the entire team. The entire team at the Office of the Waterfront Civic Project Sound Transit for their work on this legislation. Just a very thoughtful approach on what we're trying to achieve here in our region. I think all of you know very well that this project, light rail expansion, is truly a generational investment in our region and in the future of our region. And we as leaders have an obligation to deliver this project quickly and safely and effectively and efficiently, and this has been a top priority for our administration. As the world sort of looks at this being the largest transit expansion in the country, it truly will be transformational right in front of us if we do this the right way. And of course, expanding light rail is a way of tackling climate change and reducing carbon emissions and helping people just get around and meet their mobility needs around the city without a car. It's sort of as simple as that. It combines all of the best things we try to do when we view things from a transportation lens. So building off the executive order issued in February, this legislation simplifies and streamlines the permitting process for the entirety of the Ballard and West Seattle light rail projects. And I see, how many council members do I have here? Just Councilmember Solomon here, and is there another one? You're a voice of one, a powerful one today. Councilmember Solomon, thank you for being here. I'm really surprised that when I mentioned Ballard and West Seattle, both Saka and Strauss are not here, but they're probably watching. But in all seriousness, when we look at what we're trying to do, this is a transformative opportunity for regional mobility and, again, cutting the red tape out of what we're trying to do to allow us to get real progress. By creating clear and consistent standards, this legislation cuts the permitting time in half from the previous average of 240 days to 120 days, again, saving time and money. It also improves, very importantly, station integration in our neighborhoods so that the stations are enhancing the communities they serve. This is a value add in this huge project. So the revised code develops comprehensive tree and vegetation management plans, improves accessibility for pedestrians and cyclists. Look important here, some remarks from Kirk, creates a more efficient appeals process and will sequence construction to keep people and goods moving. In addition, as I saw that when I mentioned Angie, she got a hand. That doesn't happen to me often. When I just mention a name, I get a hand. But in all seriousness, we looked at this organization. This is really an unprecedented attempt to really be as smart as we could with the right people in place and the right leadership. So the new Office of the Waterfront Civic Projects and Sound Transit is something we're very proud of. We've increased staffing and are creating a 4-year work plan that she'll talk about in her work with her team to ensure a safe and excellent transit experience. So we'll continue to partner with Sound Transit. We are very proud that one of our own, Dow Constantine, is now at the helm. Look forward to working with Dow in our continued work to support a smooth construction of this once-in-a-generation opportunity. And to share her thoughts as our King County Executive, we welcome Shannon Braddock to the microphone. Shannon.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. I'm so happy to be here this morning, and I have to say, I don't usually get super excited about City of Seattle code amendment signings. It's not often my jam, but both, as a board member, as King County executive, and as a resident of West Seattle, I just think it's an incredibly exciting moment to see this partnership from the City of Seattle and these efforts to accelerate this critical work for the delivery of these projects. So streamlining the project delivery here will speed it up, it'll lower the costs, and it will maintain Sound Transit and the City of Seattle's commitment to community engagement across the planning, design, and construction phases for the West Seattle and the Ballard Link extensions. And as we know, support from local jurisdictions is essential to these sound transit projects. And this action from the city reaffirms their commitment to the partnership in delivering this generational expansion of high-capacity rapid transit. And at full build-out, West Seattle and Ballard Link extensions will increase service, frequency, reliability, and capacity. The West Seattle Link will cut travel times in half from the Alaska Junction to Westlake Station, and it will provide new neighborhood connections throughout the region, including the possibility of another connection from the airport through Burien and West Seattle to downtown. The Ballard line will include a new downtown Seattle rail-only tunnel, improving both local and regional transit reliability, again, as well as capacity. And it will provide connections to regional neighborhoods and job centers in the CID, downtown, Inner Bay, and Ballard. Both projects will facilitate redevelopment near stations, focusing on equitable transit-oriented development, including much-needed housing. So once again, I just want to thank Mayor Harrell and the City of Seattle City Council. Thank you, Councilmember Sullivan. I really appreciate that for the support of this legislation and the commitment to keeping these vital sound transit projects moving forward. So thank you very much.
See, what the King County exec doesn't know is you haven't partied with people until you've partied with those who work in code amendments. They're party animals. Our next and last speaker will be Kirk Hovenkotter, who all of you know in the transportation world. He's the Executive Director of Transportation Choices Coalition, and he previously served as Executive Director of Commute Seattle, the nonprofit that makes walking, biking, and transit the first choice for everyone in the Emerald City. And prior to that, he served as the Executive Director of Move Redmond. So he's been in a transportation space as a career, just one of the leading advocates, and we were very pleased to hear a few remarks from Kirk. Please come forward, Kirk.
Thank you, Mayor. I'm going to try and channel Executive Braddock's enthusiasm with my remarks here today, but I'm also someone who gets psyched about code amendments. But thank you, Mayor, so much for this bill signing. Everyone, I'm Kirk Hovenkotter. I'm the Executive Director of Transportation Choices Coalition. We are Washington State's nonprofit advocate for safe, sustainable, and equitable transportation. Our organization was proud to lead the campaigns in 2016, 2008, and 1996 that got light rail built across this region, and importantly, to Ballard and West Seattle. Up until now, the term Seattle process has been shorthand for it takes too damn long. Today, with this legislation and this bill signing, we are taking a big step towards changing that. It will speed up light rail construction, delivering on what transit riders have been clamoring for. This legislation is Seattle's commitment to work with Sound Transit, the Seattle Department of Transportation, and the Office of Waterfront to get light rail done sooner. And transit riders need this. Every extra day we plan or permit, that means another grinding commute for our nurses, our school teachers, our grocery store workers. And this legislation will shave off hundreds of days from those permits and give those riders 100 days back of better transit commutes. We all know building big things is hard. It's a challenge that cities across the country are facing. Constructing light rail is like putting the plumbing inside a house that's already built. But our climate and our commuters urgently need this investment, and they need the fast, frequent, and affordable transit that this is going to provide. Seattle leaders are showing the nation our commitment to building big things faster, and we commend Mayor Harrell, his staff, Land Use Chair Solomon, and the entire City Council for cutting red tape and getting light rail done sooner. Thank you for your time.
In closing, your favorite two words. You know, as this country looks at Seattle and looks at this region, we want them to see what we stand for. Fighting climate change, smart transportation solutions, a collaboration of advocates together, a welcoming city. And it doesn't rain all the time, as evidenced by this beautiful weather today. So thank all of you for your hard work. These are the beginning of what we're doing. We will continue to make adjustments and tweaks, always working with community, And again, thank you for your advocacy, and I'm going to sign this legislation, and we're going to move forward. We're always moving forward. That's what we do here in Seattle. So thank you very much.
You would like to join in a photo with signing, please come
Councilmember Solomon, right in the middle here. Cool.
Jim, I'll follow your lead. Very good.
On three, everybody. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. Thank you, sir.
And we're done.